Hello all. Welcome to Beginner's Biology. In this video let's discuss about immunotherapy for cancer treatment. Immunotherapy is a type of cancer treatment that helps the body's immune system fight cancer. The immune system normally recognizes and attacks foreign invaders like viruses and bacteria, but cancer cells can evade the immune system in several ways, which allows them to grow and spread in the body without being attacked by the immune system. Here are some of the ways that cancer cells can evade the immune system. Cancer cells hide from the immune system by reducing the number of proteins on their surface that would normally trigger an immune response. This makes it harder for immune cells to recognize and attack cancer cells. Cancer cells also produce substances that suppress the immune response, making it harder for immune cells to attack them. For example, cancer cells can produce cytokines that inhibit T cells, a type of immune cell that attacks cancer cells. Cancer cells can also evolve over time to escape the immune system's response. For example, cancer cells can mutate to produce new proteins that the immune system doesn't recognize, or they can change the proteins on their surface to avoid detection. Cancer cells can create a hostile environment around them, which makes it harder for immune cells to function. For example, cancer cells can release substances that attract other cells to the area, which can make it harder for immune cells to reach the cancer cells. Finally, cancer cells can induce immune tolerance, which means that the immune system becomes less responsive to the cancer cells over time. This can happen when the immune system is exposed to cancer cells for a long period of time, or when the cancer cells produce substances that make the immune system less effective. By understanding how cancer cells evade the immune system, researchers develop immunotherapies that target these mechanisms, either enhancing the body's natural immune response or by using synthetic immune system components to target cancer cells. However, cancer immunotherapy is not a new idea. In fact, the first cancer vaccine was developed in the late 1800s by William Coley, who noticed that some cancer patients who had bacterial infections went into remission. This observation led him to develop a treatment called Coley's toxin, which consisted of a mixture of killed bacteria that he injected into cancer patients. Coley believed that the bacteria in the toxin stimulated the immune system to attack cancer cells, and he reported some success in treating cancer patients with this method. While Coley's toxin is no longer used as a primary treatment for cancer, his work on immunotherapy and the immune system's role in fighting cancer helped lay the foundation for modern immunotherapy. Immunotherapy works by helping the immune system recognize and attack cancer cells. This can be done through a variety of methods, including checkpoint inhibitors, CAR T-cell therapy, and cancer vaccines. The checkpoint inhibitors are drugs that release the brakes on the immune system, allowing it to attack cancer cells more effectively. This type of immunotherapy has been particularly effective in treating melanoma and lung cancer. The CAR T-cell therapy involves removing immune cells from a patient, modifying them in a laboratory to recognize and attack cancer cells, and then infusing them back into the patient. This type of therapy has shown promise in treating certain types of leukemia and lymphoma. Cancer vaccines are designed to train the immune system to recognize and attack cancer cells. These vaccines can be made from cancer cells themselves, or from substances that are found on the surface of cancer cells. Immunotherapy can have fewer side effects than traditional cancer treatments like chemotherapy and radiation. This is because it targets cancer cells specifically, while leaving healthy cells alone. Immunotherapy is not a one-size-fits-all treatment. The type of immunotherapy that is used depends on the type of cancer, the stage of the cancer, and the patient's overall health. Here have been many recent advances in the field of cancer immunotherapy that have shown promise in improving outcomes for cancer patients. Here are some recent developments in immunotherapy. In recent years, researchers are exploring combinations of different immunotherapy treatments, as well as combinations of immunotherapy with other cancer treatments like chemotherapy and radiation therapy. These combinations have shown promise in improving response rates and overall survival in certain types of cancer. Advances in genomic sequencing and other technologies have allowed researchers to develop personalized immunotherapy treatments that are tailored to individual patients. By analyzing a patient's tumor and immune system, researchers can identify specific targets for immunotherapy and develop treatments that are more effective. Coming to the recent advances of immunotherapy. Researchers are discovering new targets for immunotherapy by studying the molecular pathways that are involved in cancer growth and spread. For example, new drugs that target the PD-L1 pathway have shown promise in treating a variety of cancers. Advances in drug delivery systems are making it easier to deliver immunotherapy treatments directly to cancer cells. For example, nanoparticles can be used to deliver drugs to cancer cells while avoiding healthy cells. Furthermore, adoptive cell therapy, which involves engineering T cells to better recognize and attack cancer cells, has shown promise in treating certain types of cancer. Recent advances in adoptive cell therapy include the use of gene editing to improve the effectiveness of T cells. Overall, these recent advances in cancer immunotherapy are providing new hope for cancer patients and are helping to transform the field of cancer treatment. If you liked the video, give the big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more videos.